And that should be live. Let's see if it's live. Yeah, that's live. Welcome to another shitty Skylines. And I don't think you'll hear it in the microphone pickup, but there is coil whine coming from my graphics card. Now, when I bought this graphics card, I accepted that coil whine was a feature. It's a feature of nearly all. Hey, you've got to have inductors in them. Inductors are coils, coils whine. So that's the thing. But last night, I closed my eyes and I was seeing like slowly moving traffic, and my brain wouldn't switch off. It was just like, oh yeah, I'm going to fix the traffic here, I'm going to fix it there, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I was like, is there something making noise in my room, or is that the tinnitus? And the answer was in fact tinnitus. So let's just connect some pipes up here. There's a 14 words tonight. It's about, I want to say it's about Betty Rubble, but no, we're not doing an episode on the Flintstones. Don't think there's enough woo-woo there, but you never know. Yeah, so last night I put my fingers in my ears, and then a friend of mine, she said, oh, you should say mwap, but really, like, over-exaggerate all the jaw motions, go mwap, like that. And that's supposed to provide some relief from tinnitus. But at first I was just like, is there something like a moth flapping in my room? Because that's what the coil whine sounds like. Oh. Okay. I didn't want that. Alright, just have to rebuild those roads. You should build a spooky ghost town. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you neglect certain things and people leave the town. For paranormal purposes, indeed. What if I use the move it mob? Will that do it? No, it won't. So I've got to connect that to there. Let's connect that there. I will be playing Dyson Sphere program again when they do the new update. There's going to be a whole bunch of new stuff, so that will come in. But I'm going with a bit more. What's going on here? They're complaining about crime. Too many crime in Oz. Okay, so let's do something about that. Let's put in the donut shop. Have donut shop here. That looks like a good place to have it. We've got our industrial estate. Now in this industrial estate, it's one way. So they go in here, and if we go down here, you can see that yes, they are driving on the correct side of the road. Welcome to Willy Bum Bum the Third Shear. So they go along there, go along there, go along there, and then they come out here. That might present problems in the future. We'll see. And I've got myself recycling, power, and power. I quite like these things. They're called fuel cells. They take in coal and they produce power, much like the coal power station, but a bit more efficient, make less pollution. So this, in fact, I'm going to switch over to that straight ahead. Straight ahead, straight away, straight for pay. Let's see. Do that, connect that there. And we've got some fires. Right, so we'll have a... Now if I put that there... thinking it's one way, so they have to come out. And then they'd have to go all the way around to come out again. So what if I do some access roads? In fact, that's a good question. Do I have... Later on there's industrial roads. They're concrete. And they're less maintenance than other ones. So that fire station's got no power. Fireman Sam is sad he is, 'cause he's got no electricity. Anyway, there we go. And, yep, so they're busy doing some work, putting fires out. Ever heard of Stranded Deep? It's different. No, I'm not familiar with that. Is it like, what's that real-time strategy game where you build in circles and you're fighting the frost? Frostpunk, that's it. It's a nice game, but it is brutal, and I don't really like the music in it either. But anyway, so this is our one attractive riverside settlement, and over there we got the raw sewage drain, because that's all that's unlocked at the moment. So let's go ahead and build. What if I do commercial in there? Yeah, let's do commercial inside the roundabout. Mind you, are these roundabouts? Yeah, they are. And they're going the wrong way round. Let me think. Come up to the roundabout, go clockwise. Go to that roundabout, going clockwise. These are going clockwise, that is the correct way. Yep. I had to close my eyes there just to think, how do I use in the United Kingdom, how do I use roundabouts? So you close your eyes and you do a prayer and hope for the best. That's how you do roundabouts, right? Everyone knows that. So there we go. We've got some light commercial zones. And bit of demand for residential. So let's just paint some residential in here. In here. Do that. Last night I tried someone made in the Steam content workshop a map pack called Flatopolis, and has some beautiful intersections, but yes, they look nice, but in terms of traffic it results in complete gridlock, and apparently they're based on intersections seen in Houston. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you have, like, if I can do an example, right? Let's just say this is a highway, so like a dual carriageway. Let's say, so you got that, and then you got one which goes like that, right? Yeah, and then like coming across it, this is another like motorway. You know, people doing 70 miles an hour, so it came across like this, like that, like that, like that, and then there was another one coming like that, like that. Like that. I'm like, I'm sorry, you fucking what? I'm driving at 70 miles an hour, and yeah, it was just like, no, that's not how to do a motorway. And the thing is, this was leading up into like an elevated highway with 3 lanes, and it was insane, and I was getting huge gridlock problems. So this is just one of the standard City Skylines maps that comes with it. I forget what it's called. But it's really nice and simple. We've got one motorway coming in. We got some, you know, these intersections. They're not like proper UK ones, are they? But we'll make do. And let's see. Can't do any of that. Can't do that. Can't do that. However, I can now do some stuff. So let me see. That's a bicycle path. Paved paths are good for bikes. Only bikes are allowed on these paths. Pavement path, they offer access to pedestrians. So, So bike paths and pedestrian paths are different things. Okay. It's good to know. So I want to build a... Let's just say... Going like that, and let's do some let's make it nice and curved. So go around like that, yeah. Go around like that, bring it down one, and then can I go up again? Space already occupied. Well, I'm going to use this Move It mod. This is a brilliant tool which should have been in the game itself, but hey, good on the mod community for doing things which are so you know, useful. Yes.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days.
Oh,
Citizens are
bugger
advised to
off with
stay
you.
indoors.
Right, so there's now a bridge with 2 points of access, and hopefully... If I do that... And then let's do the same here. Hopefully... Yeah, great. There's a thunderstorm.
A thunderstorm is battering the city. Stay indoors until the
Oh,
storm has
no.
passed.
A thunderstorm. What you gonna do? You got a thunderstorm in your town. In your tune. Ugh, no. Stick that over there. Put another school in. Yeah, everyone likes schools, right? I didn't like school. Stick one in there. And a secondary modern. Not calling it by its Yankee term. It's not high school, it's a secondary modern. Don't have I never went to a middle school, so there's no high school. So do that. Do that. And let's put the secondary school in. There. And we'll stick a public library. There. Like that. There we go. Oh, and I see that this is like a one-way access as well. But what I'm going to do... Actually, you know what? I won't do it now. But I was tempted to say no lorries can use this road. You know, like one of those NIMBY things. Yep, and that appears to have destroyed the power connector. Very nice. And I'm not far enough in the game to have disaster response unit, so that's good. No flooding going on. There was a bit of flooding here, so I was tempted to do a bit of landscaping. Oh, of course, yeah, just fuck my shit up, fam. Why don't you? Why is everyone's toilets not flushing? Could be power cuts because the bloody pylons have been broken. Of course they have. You're only supposed to blow the bleeding doors off. Right, so and then once again the pylon here was destroyed because oh yes, when lightning strikes it just like gonna go for your pylons, mate. I think what it's trying to tell me here is redundancy is your friend. So let's put that in there. Oh, and of course there's no water going in there, so let's just do a pipe under the road, which I think is a good system to do. It's like, have you built a road? Yes. Have you put a pipe under it? No. Put a pipe under it. Okay. Now, will people be certain? And then that's a good idea because it's like you can only build zoning where there's roads, and that's where you're going to need pipes. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Let's just check this. I've got some yeast here, and yep, that is dead yeast. Oh well, it'll go in my bread. Let's see, have I got any beer smell from this? Nope. Nope. No beer smell from that. No, it's dead. Okie dokie. So, what else can I do? Some policies? No. Water? Nope. That's the that's not... So, don the paintbrush. Right, policy. Smoke detector distribution? Yep. And economy? Yep. So, let's just whack the budget up to maximum on everything. There we go. To be fair, this yeast was very old, and so I gave it a lukewarm bath of some sugary water, and it's fine though. I mean, the corpses of those yeast cells will go into my loaf of bread, and I've got some new yeast, so that'll be fine. I'm eating the bread of corpses. Yes. Brutal. Yeah. And you know what? I'm already anticipating that there's going to be problems here. So let's have a around boot and so let me think. Walking up there. Yeah, but don't know why it didn't connect all of those. So I am going to modify that now. And let's put in some pathways from one to the other. So let's just go. Actually, you know what? Across that will do. Oh yeah, that's put. How can that not be perfectly straight? There, that looks straight now. These are a bit redundant. Yep. So you've got two methods coming in. You can cross over. That bit's redundant. That's redundant. That's redundant. That's redundant. And then you can get to either ends there. That's absolutely fine. And there's no zebra crossings on that. That's good because this is a main road. I don't want people to walk. I want them to walk over the road. So on this one, do that. Yep. And there we go. That's fine. Jolly good. Now, do I want a roundabout on this one? We'll come back to that when I get new intersections. I may just say like, we'll come to it. But that's fine because they can go. Where are they going to go? So we've got stuff going into the industrial zone there. Yep. That's good. And I think I just got to keep up building services in order to attract new... They want more workers, but there's not really a demand for workers. Ah, that's it. So, I can't make... Oh, I do have the zoning tool. So I could paint a park area. Alright. Well, let's do that then, shall we? Let's have a park. And this will be the Willy Bum Bum Park. Nope. Maybe I should make some sourdough bread. I've got yogurt, yeah. Do I have sodium bicarbonate? That's the question. So, go up to there. Oh, that'll be good, because then it will sort of coincide with that bridge. Which no one's really using, but that's okay, because there's nothing really here to explore. Why is there a bridge there? No, it's not a bridge. There's just no zoning. Okie dokie. So, if I go... What, from there to there? Yeah, I think that would be a nice big park. Yeah, that is. Right, and let's designate this zone as this is going to be einen Parkenplatz. Right, that's our park place. And let's just trim this. Whoops. Is there an erase? No, there's not. Erase districts, that's how I do it. But it's not working. Paint park area, erase park area. Right. There we go. Let's make it follow the road, shall we? So we'll do that. Yeah. And those houses are in the red, which means the land value there is low. And in order to improve land value, you put parks to make the area pretty. That's been the case ever since the original SimCity. I used to do commercial zones and residential zones surrounded by parks, and they would max out very quickly. And I remember a friend who was into SimCity at the time said, "Oh, but that's an inefficient use of land." And I said, "So what? It's nice living there." And look, that value's theirs raised, but that's probably because they're next to amenities of the library and such. So, this is going to be a park area. So, we look for park walls and fences, yep. Park fence, amusement park fence, nature preserve, zoo, forestry, farm, ore industry, oil industry. Okay. Well, this is a park, so we're going to use a park fence. And, yep, I know, those lines are pretty dumb. Why can't it just follow the road? And that's why we use the Move It mod. Can you name residential roads? Asking a friend who used to live at 25 Cromwell Street. Well, my good friend, I will... Where's that name? It's not number 67. Rendlesham Road? No, it was something else the road was called. We're not going to have any entrances on the main road, which is not a dual carriageway. It is a dual carriageway because it's... No, that is actually a two-lane single carriageway because that is one continuous piece of road. I'll show you this in a bit, but I was fascinated to find out what the difference between a dual carriageway and a single carriageway is. So let's see. This one here, this main Crowley Street, well, that one's getting renamed to Cromwell Street. There you go. So, I'm sure there's a 25 Cromwell Street here somewhere where you may... but these people live on different things, like William Campbell, King Street, blah, blah, blah. What are they complaining? They're complaining about flooding. Building is flood... Really? Is there, like, No, I want a very much smaller brush size than that. So let me think. That's a good high area, so... Whoa! Nope, that's not what I wanted to do at all. What I've done there is made a spike. That's not very natural. So I'll just do this. I must have a mod in place which gives me like unlimited soil budget. So I don't need to go, oh, you've made a bit too much land, you're going to have to excavate some land from somewhere else. So let's just build a bit of stuff there. Yeah. And that's resulted in loads more flooding. Yay! I'm trying to help and I'm actually making the situation... Oh dear. The riverbank has flooded somehow. So you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's make this river a lot deeper. Like so. And this should hopefully improve the matters somewhat. Yep. Wow. Do not swim in this river. Trust me, mate, you don't want to swim in this river. Make sure it's got a big patch of the... Well, unfortunately, I can't... I cannot choose what buildings go in there, but I'm sure whoever lives at 25 Cromwell Street will put in a patio. Because that will keep Rose happy, won't it? Yes. And what Rose wants, Rose gets. A rose by any other name, would it be as sweet? Who knows? Some bloke said that. He's dead now, though. William Shakespeare. He was the first man to get the vaccine, and he's dead now. Completely unrelated. He was 81 years old. So, I'm sure it's a coincidence. Yes, quite. I'm a coincidence respecter. People look too much into things, and that's very silly. So, right. Now, having caused a major change in the land, I'm sure there's going to be major flooding, tsunamis, what have you. And it's a shame because I don't actually... Later on in the game, you do get a flood service where they'll go around and they'll pump buildings, but... in fact, you know what? This place I'm going to love... actually, that one. Hancock Lane. There we go. Cook Street. No. Cock Lane. I've been to a Cock Lane before. I think it's in Gloucester. But this one I'm going to call Man Love Gardens. Because that is a real place in Liverpool, as I found out. Okay, so let's use the Move It mod. Let's move these fences so they actually border the pavement. Couldn't think what pavement was called the other day and kept trying to call it pedestrian walkway. And I was like, no, that's not the name for it. Okie dokie, so move it, move it, move it. That's more like it. Bit disappointed in the base game how, like, it doesn't let you do things like this. And yet, at the same time, it's like, well, you got to do this and that. I'm like, but you could just... Used to live near a Bout End. Yeah. Yeah, Bout End would be where the, be another name for the church, wouldn't it? Like, you wouldn't just have Chapel Lane or Church Street or something. You'd have a Bout End. So let's see. No. This one. Put it in there. And it's hard to see things at night, so I'm just going to press play and accept that. Oh, look at that. Look how... Ah, now, there we go. That's how to deal with flooding. Gush. Gush. Look at that canyon. I mean, oh yeah. No more flooding for I. However, this also might mean a couple of things need to be fixed. So let's just see. Yep, we're going to need new power. So there we go. We've got some new power lines in place, like so. We got power over there. That's good. Now, what about water? Because I don't know about you, but it's like, oh yeah, no, you can actually build it. Is this one still extracting water? Let's find out. Operating normally. Let's find out if that continues to remain the case. Can I... Freshwater outlet. Yeah, that could be good. So I'll have an outlet for fresh water. Have it somewhere along here. Do that. Have a groundwater pump in somewhere. Like so, yep. And don't yet have the tank reservoir facility. So that's still got to be done. But in the meantime, let's just have a look. Oh yeah, and that's complaining about lack of power. So instead of building a pylon, I'm just going to do some light commercial zoning there. And, oh, look at that. Yeah, no more complaints about flooding here, mate. No, sir. Ooh, I could put a dam there, couldn't I? Because that's a big drop. Yeah, that's an idea. Just for the moment, let's see. That's still operating normally. Good. And later on over here, we have our sewage waterfall. Plop, plop. Oh, but then it's going to get to this stage, and it's going to be like, it's going to... Ah, all of this is going to have to fill up. Interesting. What shall the name of this meadows be called? I think we'll call it, as King Edward was the last person to say something, King Edward Park. There we go. That sounds like a proper name for a park. And it's got fencing in it, but I want a little side fence, so I'm going to have to demolish some of that fence there, like so. Now, it's a park, so nope. Plazas, nope. So, park main gate. The main gate connects the park area to the road network for easier access and maintenance. So there we go. Congratulations, a park is yours. Small park main gate, park side gate. Well, this is a fairly large park, so we're going to use a nice fancy thing there. Let's do some more fencing. Connect that to that. That to that. And, oh look, it's complaining about lack of power and water. So let's fix both of those issues post-haste. So I'll do that there, yeah, like so. And then we'll do that there. And let's see, what can we do? Don't really want pylons in our park, but we can always fix those later. The main thing is, we need a pathway. Nope, that's a football stadium. There's a pathway. And so, wibbly, wobbly, wibble, woo. Like that. And we'll do that there. And we'll do all there. Yep. Walkway there. Let's do another walkway over here, like so. There. I think that looks quite nice. Now, bearing in mind, we've got water supply goes there, there, there. So this area inside here, is there I can mark out just to say there's no water there? You can't put a park inside a park, which I find unusual. So let's paint it. Let's say, yeah, we'll have some orderlies. And no, not that one. I want it square. Yes, but that square is a bit in the wrong way. A line? Oh. No, I don't like that line. Try that line. Alright. Congratulations, you just made a bunch of trees. So that doesn't give me any clear indication of where... Alright, I just know on the edges is where I've got pipe. So, water, I should say. Pipe for water. So we'll have a park restaurants. One there. 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 And there. There we go. Park restrooms. Park info booth. We'll have it... it's saying it's going to demolish all of that if I place it. I'll go there then. And we still don't have a lecky into the park, so... now there's demand for residential. So that zone residential here. And then I'll do a bit more residential here, because people like living next to a park, don't they? It's just nice, just going to go out for a walk in the park. I don't have a park where I live, but I do have some common land, which they often bring cows onto. So park info booth, some park benches. There we go, got some park benches. Now what about, well, we've got street lights there already. In fact, that's a good, but I don't think this, I mean, I don't think that actually puts anything down. So let's put the brush size to that. And you can't choose a different brush. So it really should be placement of individual items, but you can't do it, so... Yeah, I'm a bit limited in that sense. Maybe that's like a mod is breaking something, but... What if I had a park plaza there? But another park plaza here? And then... Oh look, I can have a park cafe. Well, the cafes need water, don't they? Yes. So put one on over there. And have one here. And let's have a look at power. So all of those are getting power, which means I can start getting rid of some of these pylons. Like so. Let's try and minimise the amount of leukemia people are getting. Because you will get leukemia if you live under a pylon. Oh, but it's non-ionising radiation. Yeah, well, fire's non-ionising radiation. Try and bathe in that and see how healthy you'll be. Right. It's 2 past... I am going to go and check on the water. I need a bath today. I've swept the chimney, and mercifully, as I swept the chimney today, it was reassuringly... Reassuringly? Is that the right word? Look, those are apple trees interspersed with... I didn't want alders, but it seems to have given me some. So let's have some cherry trees. Ah, screw it. Look. Just loads of trees everywhere. There we go. Put some trees here as well. Put some trees... There, everybody's happy. We've got loads of trees. Loads of them. Loads and loads of trees. And I was going to have a farm area here. As you can see, this bright lounge says, yep, this is good. Look at that. That river is just... is dry. Yeah, it's going to take a while for these waterfalls to fill the river back in. But hey, no more flooding at least. Now, is anybody using my pedestrian walkways? Let's find out. So, let's say, oh hello, I would like to use the park. What if I did another one in the middle? Let's just do it for lycra twats. Let's just do a straight one for lycra crowd arseholes. Height too high. That's the problem now. It's saying that you can't do this. Nope. So, there's not going to be many bridges here anymore. And the bridges I've got... Well, there's not many people here, so I'm guessing there's not much need for pedestrian crossings, but... Let's have a school over this... Well, we got a school over that side. We've got a school that side. Capacity is 750, got 452 pupils. And 464 students. And there's about 12 people using the public library. Yep. Makes sense. So let's include... So even though there's a park right there... That's not affecting land value here. So let's just let's just dot a few small parks around. So we'll have one there, one there, there, and there. Now we'll do a small playground. Yeah. A park with trees. There. A large playground there. Botanical gardens. We are Japanese gardens. Bouncy castle. And do that. Carousel. And there we go. All of this area is starting to improve now. The land value is increasing. So what about a small park? Can I fit a small park in there? Yep, there we go. There's a small park. So now we'll do a bit of commercial, a couple of shops, and some bit of that, bit of that, bit of that, bit of that. Now, let me see. That there, that there, that there, So even though I've got these nice roundabout areas, I'm not putting any buildings in there. Come on, all of that is now residential. There we go. Residential. Houses. Houses can go in here. Let's speed things along. And what I'm going to do is walk away now and... yes, that is very dead yeast. Okie dokie, I have got not lots of hot water. We are now in Boomtown territory. So I'll buy that one. I really want to buy that one so I can start landscaping the river more, but God, look at that. Look at that. Go on, look at it. Damn you. Right, so that's me done now. We're going to save the game and we're going to call this Willy Bum Bum again. And use the Steam Cloud. Might want to play it on my computer upstairs. Who knows? But anyway, thanks for watching. Fuck off.